let's get an acceleration here with this 2.7. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we are going to be doing a nighttime review on a 2021 Ford Bronco Outer Banks. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this Bronco Outer Banks. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get straight into the video. So under the hood we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter V6, goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 330 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Outer Banks. So first off, this one's finished in antimatter blue, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the blue. Looks just like black in most lighting. But we've got the full LED lights, and look how bright these are. Like, the camera just dies. So yeah, super bright. Notice how they connect in the center. We've got the Bronco logo. I turned on the fog lights so you guys can see that as well. And yeah, they are just as bright as the headlights. Got parking sensors on the front bumper. We have the recovery hooks on top of that. And yeah, this thing looks so cool with the lights on at night. Super, super distinctive. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 55mm tires wrapped on 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then going over the design of the wheel itself, notice how we've got the silver here on the outside portion, then they've kind of blacked out the center, and then there's the suspension. You guys can see the blue a little bit better. Got our Outer Banks logo. Notice how they have the mirrors, which are actually finished in body color, but just because of how the lighting's hitting them, the mirrors almost look black, but if you look really close, you can see the antimatter blue. Now, taking a step back, here is what the two-door looks like from the side. I think it looks really sharp, actually. And then notice we've got the fixed side steps right there, and then you can see the suspension there in the back. And yeah, overall, that's everything for the side. So here is our key fob. It comes with a couple functions. You've got your unlock, your lock, and then the remote start. And if we unlock it, we've got the LED taillights you guys can see at night, which again looks super distinctive. And then you guys can see kind of what the turn signals would look like as well. Not coming onto camera very well because it's just so bright, but yeah, definitely looks really cool and distinctive. And we'll open her up, which again, you guys know the multiple compression points of this are kind of annoying. There we go. Now popping here to the back, notice all the goodies that come here with this two-door. And again, this one's actually a hard top. And then notice here at the headrests which way they're folded, which is kind of interesting that they fold backwards that way. And then obviously you can see the body painted element right there, but just like a Wrangler, got to pop that down, and then it's a lot easier to close than it is to open. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. Now finishing things here in the back, notice that we've got the rails there at the top, and then we've got the spare tire here on the back with the camera in the center, recovery hook just down below, and now you guys can kind of see the lights while they're off, and that's all. Now let's go over the door panel here for the front and also the rear, because it's a two-door, so it counts as both. But notice we got the leather trim here and then down below, and we've got the door handle that I love, and then you guys can see the fixed mirrors. Again, it's always scary, but it's actually kind of pop into the back. So these seats are actually manually adjustable, so we kind of got to do it all ourselves. And this is super hard to do with one hand. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage. Nope, I got to put the camera down. Sorry guys, I tried. Okay, let's see how this goes. And the lighting is horrible, obviously, because it's nighttime, so you guys aren't going to be able to see much. But legroom here in the back of the two-door, not too shabby. I don't even know if you guys can see me right there. But headroom is great back here, and these seats back here are really comfortable actually. But just two seats here in the back. Still get some little outlets and everything here in the back, but let's head to the front now. Now going over the front seats, I absolutely love the color combination with the blue right here, and then you guys can see going into the brown. I think that looks really sharp actually, especially with the antimatter blue. I think this is a really good color combination. But let's actually pop in, and I want you guys to see all of this, so that's why I'm showing everything. That looks cool. That looks really cool. So here's our steering wheel, of course, at night. So you've got the leather trim all around. Notice how the controls are all illuminated there on the steering wheel. Still get the stock there for the turn signal and the windshield wiper, all that fun stuff. And then you guys can see the controls down here, also illuminated in blue. And then here is the center gauge cluster, which we can scroll through a few different menus here with the center gauge cluster. Fuel economy is not accurate because this is pretty much a new vehicle. I mean, you guys can see only 41 miles on it, but we also have our different drive modes. So notice we have our normal, eco, sport, slippery, mud ruts, and then we've got our sand mode. So a bunch of different drive modes you can go through, and that's also kind of what that all looks like at night. And yeah, we've got our trail turn assist, stability control, and then we got our hazard lights. Again, those are illuminated at night. And then this one's got the 12-inch display, and of course we got some rap playing. What else would you have in a Bronco? But notice we got the reverse camera here, and you guys can see the zoom in function, and you guys can see even here at night, resolution and everything is good. The lighting helps out with the camera, so you guys can actually see really well overall. It's got a good 360 view. I wonder if it has the front camera that you can do for the off-road, so I'm going to pop it into 4-wheel low and see if it'll pop on the camera with the trajectory lines. So it just takes a second to go into shift delay, drive forward. Interesting. Shift to neutral. It's giving me instructions on the dash if you guys are wondering. And now it's switching over, and now the camera's on. That's cool. But it doesn't have the trajectory lines, which is kind of interesting. But notice we've got all the different points. Oh, here we go. This is probably it. Nope, that's off the side, so it doesn't have the lines. I tried, guys, but that's cool. That's something that I just learned today in today's review, so I'm going to keep that in the video. So sometimes it might not go right into 4-wheel low. It'll give you instructions here and tell you what to do. So what it told me to do is drive forward, go into neutral, and then it locked everything. That was pretty cool. Now, aside from that shenanigans, obviously 12-inch display has really good response time. I've gone over this in a bunch of other videos, so I'm not really going to spend too much time on the 12-inch display, but you guys know I'm a huge fan of it. And yeah, down below here are all of our controls, and notice everything's illuminated again in blue. Dual zone climate in this package. I'm actually going to turn that down because it's getting kind of cold right now because obviously it's nighttime. But notice we got our auto stop start. That's for the camera. Heated seats here for the front. This area is pretty dark for the extra little storage space and then the USBs. Got our shifter for the 10-speed automatic. There's a manual mode. The drive mode select and the drive line select. Notice this is all illuminated as well. And then the off-road cruise control. The window controls are also illuminated. And again, just these windows go down because, well, it's a two-door, folks. Got the mirror adjustments, center console set up, and got the glove box. Can't see much. Got the grab handle there on the side. And yeah, I guess we'll finish things here at the top. You guys really won't be able to see much because it's night. But we've got a sunglass holder up here. We've got the lights. And then since this is the hard top, we've got like the liner here at the top. And then you can take off this part pretty easy. The back part takes a little bit more effort. But anyways, that's all for that. So here's our window sticker for this Bronco Outer Banks, so you guys can see engine, all that fun stuff, and then fuel economy over there. But feel free to freeze the frame if you want to read all the options. Sorry about the glare. Gotta do what I can best. And then you guys can see here with the packaging that this particular one has as options. You can see the base price, $38,000, and then after options and all that fun stuff, got a total MSRP, $47,365. Wait for it. Wait a little bit longer. Let's take it out and see how it drives at night. Talk about visibility before we set off. You guys can see visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors they do have blind spot. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, that all being said, first off, gotta move the seat back. Let's set off. So setting off here in the Bronco at night, and let's get an acceleration here with this 2.7. Yeah, that is quick. Something that John Jenks mentioned to me that I keep fighting him on, but I mean, it's just the honest truth, is the fact that the 2.7 isn't that much faster than the 2.3. Like, there is a speed difference, but it's not nearly as much as what you would think. But let's actually talk about the driving dynamics and everything of the two-door. And if you guys are getting upset, this is their test drive vehicle, so it's okay that I'm hucking around a little bit. It's meant to be test driven, okay? The two-door definitely feels great. So it might feel just a titch bit rougher compared to the four-door because it's not as long, but it's really not that much of a perceivable difference. But you do feel like it's a little bit more tossable, a little bit lighter, and it kind of has a little bit more of an exciting feel to it overall just because of all of that. So that's definitely a huge positive in my eyes. And I think it looks cool. Like, now that I've seen a bunch of four-doors and I've seen a bunch of two-doors, I think I kind of prefer the two-door styling. I think it just looks a little bit cooler. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. And, well, brakes work great. So continuing along here in the two-door, I mean, it's quick for what it is. It just doesn't feel like substantially quicker than the 2.3. It's like, yeah, it's not that big of a difference. I hope that they do a better job of like speed difference with the Bronco Raptor that they're releasing, because yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a reason to get the 2.7 over the 2.3 from what I can feel acceleration wise on having driven so many of them at this point. But let's kind of talk about some other elements. So I guess the overall like ambiance of the Bronco, I like it. I like the blue lighting, obviously Ford, right? So blue is kind of like their color, so it makes sense. I think it looks great overall with the interior, and it definitely has a nice feel at night, and also like the visibility with the Bronco is great. Like these lights are very, very bright. You guys can see like the path of illumination we're getting in front of us is just, it's solid. It really is. And so I guess that'll kind of get me into summing things up here with the two-door, with the 2.7, and then also with the Bronco at night. I know there's a lot of stuff to go over, people, but like this review's cramped, okay? We're doing what we can. And also we're gonna get in our own lane so we can get like a full-blown acceleration from a standstill straight line. So first off, let's talk about the two-door Bronco. So yeah, it doesn't have as much space in the back as you get in the four-door. So if you want more trunk space, if you want more leg room in the back, four-door. Wow, turbo lag. It's quick though. It's definitely quick. It's definitely quick, especially for like being an off-road type SUV. Anyways, yeah, it feels more tossable than the four-door. You're not really giving up anything from a ride quality perspective, and I think it looks a little bit nicer, especially with the hardtop. This thing looks so cool with the hardtop. Interior-wise, it feels great. Like you don't really give up anything from a driver perspective. It's just as spacious for the driver. It's just the passengers that lose a little bit of space. Now, moving from that to the 2.7, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. There's not really any benefit getting the 2.7 over the 2.3. Like the 2.3 is more than enough power, and I don't feel that big of a difference. Like they're pretty dang close from an acceleration perspective. It'd be interesting to get them both next to each other and like see, you know, them in a race. But yeah, it really doesn't, you know, what you actually feel, like what you actually perceive, it's not really that big of a difference. And then let's talk about the Bronco at night. So visibility is great. I like the interior with this as well, just kind of how everything looks. And this is great because there's not as much lighting here, so you guys can really see. Yeah, those LED lights are so bright. Yeah, so overall it's solid from a visibility perspective. And so yeah, like I don't have anything bad to say about the Bronco. It's really good at night, and since this lane is not going to have anyone, well, now there's a person, of course, so I'm going to wait for this person to go. Do your thing. I'll do the brights at the end of the video, and then we'll cap things off. Yeah, so there's, I mean, yeah, those are bright. Holy crap. Yeah, that's the Bronco at night. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2021 Ford Bronco Outer Banks, and I guess this nighttime review. But anyways, if you're stopping for the first time, I'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe. And then again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Schmiller, Ford Lincoln, and Provo for giving me some time with this Bronco. Check out their inventory in the link below. I'll see you guys.